Grandpa finds out teacher forced his grandson to wear a dress, goes to school, and does this. Malcolm Bedford supported his daughter's choices. He welcomed Bayla, his daughter's partner, into their family, knowing how much it would benefit Zach. He liked the idea of Zach having two mothers. Kale and her partner carefully researched schools in Wichita, Kansas, and chose Bethany Early Childhood Center for their 2-year-old son, Zach. Despite being the only African American child in his class, they wanted him to have a strong foundation with small classes and Christian values. Kale enrolled Zach at Bethany Early Childhood Center, convinced that it was the best option. Everything went swimmingly for a few months. Zach made friends and was liked by his teachers, giving Kale some peace of mind. One day, Bayla dropped Zach at school early as usual. She kissed the little boy goodbye and left him to the teacher's capable hands. But something told her to turn around as she walked away, and she couldn't believe her eyes when she saw what was happening. Her blood immediately began to boil. She had to tell Kale right away. Kale was furious when she found out what had happened at her son's school. She had concerns about her son's acceptance, but this incident crossed the line. She angrily confronted Zach's teacher, only to be taken aback by what she saw. When Kale arrived at the school to give them a piece of her mind, she saw Zach wearing the dress again, disregarding Bayla's previous objections. What exactly was going on here? Kale rushed over to her son and removed his dress, expressing her displeasure. She made it clear to the teacher that she did not approve of her son wearing a dress to school. The teacher, however, laughed and ignored Kale's concerns, saying, "He's only 2 years old." Kale decided to turn to someone who would take action after the teacher refused to listen to her. Kale's father, a powerful man known for his intimidating presence and prominent tattoos, was not one to back down. He was ready to speak with the teacher and make sure she understood the gravity of the situation. The teacher had no idea what was about to happen because she was unaware of the coming dispute. Kale called her father, upset and enraged, to explain what had occurred. She begged him to step in. Malcolm, also known as the Widget of Mangala, hung up the phone and ran into his truck. Nobody dared to mess with his family. Malcolm entered the classroom while recording the argument on his phone. As he confronted her, the teacher was taken aback. He explained that his daughter had informed him about his grandson wearing a dress, and he demanded an explanation. "You should talk to the school's director," the woman stuttered. But Malcolm wasn't having it. "I came here because we don't support transgender people," he stated emphatically. "That is not tolerated by us." The teacher's response surprised him. "He's only 2, she said. "I don't appreciate you encouraging him to wear a dress again," Malcolm yelled back. "This will not be forgotten. I'm going to take it a step further. If you dress any child in a dress again, we'll expose you to the world." Malcolm shared the video on Facebook, where it quickly went viral. Just a few days later, the video clip had been viewed over 22,000 times. It didn't take long for Malcolm to become caught in a heated online debate. Kale, a lesbian, stated that she isn't forcing her son to do anything. People on the internet have varying perspectives on the situation. One Redditor mentioned that their preschool allows children to dress up in different outfits without regard for gender. Another person suggested that staff not dress children in dresses because it could be considered transphobic by some. Based on their own dress-up experience, one Instagram user stated that they would let a little boy wear a dress if he wanted to. And according to pediatrician Jack Maple, dress-up play helps children explore their gender identity and is completely normal. Dressing up is important for children, according to a study. It teaches them empathy and teaches them that clothes do not define gender. Before the age of 4, children may believe that changing clothes changes someone's gender. Dressing up allows them to explore and grow. Kale, on the other hand, believes her concerns were ignored, and the teacher hasn't provided a satisfactory explanation for putting her son in a dress twice despite being warned. But Kayl was also upset about the situation for another reason. Kayl is worried because her son is the only black boy in his class. She believes he is already at risk of discrimination from the other children, and that seeing him in a dress will only worsen the situation. Another source of concern for her is that the school appears to be lacking in dress-up outfits for boys. Our primary concern at Bethany Early Childhood Center is the well-being of our children. We provide a nurturing environment in which they can learn, grow, and develop positive social skills. We cannot provide details about specific incidents involving a child in our care as part of our commitment to protecting their privacy, a representative responded. The Reddit video is still causing controversy. There is no clear side to choose because the school and teacher did not explain why Zach wore a dress. Some believe that boys can wear dresses, but Malcolm handled the situation poorly. One person mentioned that while schools allow students to dress up, staff cannot force them to do so. Another person objected to Malcolm intimidating the teacher in front of the children. They also disagreed on whether a 4-year-old boy in a dress would feel out of place. Nowadays, it's not just about pink and blue or dresses for children under the age of 4. The child's safety and comfort are more important than the grandfather's frail masculinity. The teacher should not make life decisions about a child's gender, whether they are 2, 4, or 16.